Y'all, Cricut lied to us, and it's not cool. It's so rude. What's up, Foxy people? Welcome back to my channel. Today is actually an unscheduled video. I didn't plan on doing another Cricut video for a couple weeks. I have some other ones lined up, and this wasn't even a planned video at all. I was looking at, so Cricut came out with a couple new features that I was very excited about. So I was looking up information on that. I was going to do this unscheduled video because of these new features that they came out with. And then I found out some other information. Now, this may not even be news for everybody, but I haven't heard of this yet. I have to applaud Cricut for listening to their users. It is, you know, it's a great company when they actually take the feedback of the people that are using their products and like the complaints that the users have, and they fix it basically. For example, we now have kerning and offset. Yay! Now I'm going to talk about those in just a couple minutes, along with some other features that they have announced that they have come out with, that kind of stuff. My problem here, and I mean it's not even really a problem, I understand companies need to be innovative and need to continue with new products and stuff. That is how you, as a company, that is how you continue on in business. But when they came out with the Maker, they said that this was going to be the last machine you'll ever have to buy. And it was because the Explore series couldn't or didn't have the adapter size to fit the new blades, the deep cut blade, the knife blade, the rotary blade, that kind of stuff. So they said the Maker was going to be the last machine you ever had to buy, and that they were going to adjust any new tools that come out to fit the adapter of the Maker. Then they came out with the Cricut Joy and the mug press and stuff, which wasn't really a big deal because to me they weren't really new machines. They were something to use on top of the machine. Yes, the Cricut Joy was, but that was still very limited as to what it can do. However, now they're coming out with 2 new machines. I personally believe that they didn't need to come out with 2. They could have done away with the 1 and been completely fine. And I'm not mad at, like, okay, let's just get into it. Before we get into these new features, if this is the kind of content that you like, please make sure that you like this video and hit the subscribe button and become part of the squad here. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and I got excited because I was looking and there wasn't one day in May that one of my videos weren't being watched. So that's really cool. That gave me a lot of motivation to continue this on. But 99% of the people that watch my videos are not even subscribed to my channel. What's the matter? Do you not like me? What's the deal? Listen, I know I've been kind of flaky with my upload schedule. I've had a lot of medical issues going on. It was never my plan to be this flaky with uploading consistency. And I promise my goal and my plan for my channel is to be a weekly uploader. And as soon as I can do that, I will get to it. Hopefully my surgery is scheduled in like 2-3 months. So hopefully after all that, I will be able to get back on here and upload properly, because you guys deserve it. You guys are taking the time out of your day to watch my videos, and I appreciate that. We're almost at 500 subscribers already. Once I hit 500, I'm actually going to do a giveaway. But I can't imagine how many more people we could have in this community if the people that were watching my videos actually clicked that little subscribe button. And as well, nobody likes the videos. Are they not good? Like, honest to God, if there's something wrong and you don't like them, I would love for you to leave me a comment. Let me know what I'm doing wrong so that I could change it. But hitting that like button is so free, and it helps me, which in turn can help me help you. We all win. Okay, let's get into it. They're coming out with an Explorer 3 and a Maker 3. So these are new smart machines, which in turn mean you have to use smart material with them. So the same technology and the same materials that you use with the Cricut Joy. So this means that these two new machines, you do not have to use a mat for them. Reason being because the sensors and the guides inside the machine will now let you cut designs up to 12 feet long. That's right, 12 feet. So that is super, super cool. Iron on, you can only cut up to 4 feet. I don't know why. Like, it's guides and sensors. Like, I don't know why a different material you can only cut up to 4 feet, but whatever. So the width on the previous machines were 12 inches, right? So on the mat, you can only cut like 11.5 unless you had the longer 24-inch mat, then you could do 23.5 by 11.5. Now without the mats, you can cut, so the width is 13 inches. So we got another inch that way. You don't even have to worry about that 0.5 parameter because you don't have a mat to worry about. So you can do 13 feet by, and like I said, the vinyl will go up to 12 feet. You can cut images up to 12 feet long. Now you can still use mats inside the machine because they will fit, since they have that extra border around the mat. It does make it at least 13 inches wide and long. So if you have scrap materials, they're obviously not going to feed through the guide and the sensors in the machine, so you would use your mat for that kind of stuff. So still no material gone to waste. That's perfect. Along with these two machines, they are coming out with a material holder, a roll holder, and it would attach to the machine, and this can actually hold the rolls. It sounds like, from the articles I've read, it sounds like they're going to create smart vinyl rolls up to 75 feet long. So that is really cool. If the product, I know a lot of people as well as myself have not liked the quality of Cricut vinyl and iron-on in the past. I know me personally, I prefer Oracle or Scissor products over Cricut. I don't find that they cut very well, and they don't last as long as these other brands. And I've seen online that a lot of people feel the same way. Now this may be an unpopular opinion, but a lot of the videos that I watched when I was learning Cricut and stuff, and a lot of the ones that are out there, they kind of praise Cricut and Cricut products because they're sponsored by them. They get free products to try and that kind of stuff. And I completely understand that. I love Cricut and the innovative machine and what they have come out with. Like, I think they're genius in certain aspects and in what they do. But I will never lie to you guys. It doesn't matter how big I get or anything. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not like Cricut material, Cricut vinyl and Cricut iron-on. I've never had success with them. As many times as I've tried, I don't like how it works. Does that mean I'll never try new materials or I'll never use that product or anything like that? Absolutely not. I have Cricut material still in my inventory or still in even my scraps and stuff. And if I need it, I'll use it. But if I was going out to buy a new roll of vinyl, I would absolutely reach for Oracle or Scissor over Cricut. So hopefully this new smart material will fix those problems and they would be more durable as well. And that would be great because a 75-foot roll, depending on the price, of course, that's pretty convenient. So they're going to have this new attachment that you can attach to your machines, the new machines. They will not be compatible with older machines, but I feel like that'd probably be more convenient than standing there and feeding in 12 feet of vinyl, right? That's obviously not a necessity, but that is something else they're coming out with as well. They're also coming out with a new paper trimmer or vinyl trimmer, whatever you want to call it. Most paper trimmers and vinyl trimmers, their max cutting like this is 12 inches, right? So if you had a 13-inch or bigger roll of anything, you wouldn't be able to cut it properly. So they are coming out with a new trimmer that's going to be 13 inches, so you can cut your material down to size. Again, not a necessity, just an extra accessory. And one more material that they're coming out with in this smart line is smart cardstock. So it's actually going to be adhesive on the back. So when you're doing paper products or layered paper when you're doing paper projects or even layered paper projects, you don't have to worry about finding the best adhesive or finding the best glue or what works for that kind of stuff. So it's going to have an adhesive back. It's still going to be cardstock on the front, but it's going to have an adhesive back. So I think that would be really cool for all you card makers and people that work with paper products a lot. Guys, I'm having such a hard time with words today. I'm sorry. Like I said, this is an unscheduled video, so I don't really have my regular script written down. So yeah, I can't think of words, so just hang in there with me. These new smart materials, they can be used on the older machines. You would just put them on a mat like you normally do. And of course, have to cut them down to size. So the Explorer 3 is going to almost look like the Maker. It has no dial. You would just pick your material settings through Design Space like you do with the Maker. It also has a tray on the top to hold your mobile devices. So it looks just like the Maker that's already out on the market. With both machines, both the Maker and the Explorer 3, the Maker 3 and the Explorer 3, you can use the same tools. So if you do have the Maker and you already bought the rotary blade, the knife blade, all that stuff, they will be compatible with the Maker 3. So you don't have to worry about buying new tools for these new machines. So there is no Maker 2. They kind of just like skipped over that. But basically because they were coming out with the Explorer 3, or I'm sorry, there's no Maker 2. So, but because they were coming out with an Explorer 3 and they were coming out with this Maker at the same time, it just made sense to them to name them both the 3rd edition, even though there is no Maker 2. So if you see that, don't think that you missed one. You didn't. They were just making it easier for marketing, I'd assume. The Maker 3 will be able to cut even more dense and thicker materials with the knife blade than the original Maker. And with both of these machines, they are going to be able to cut your materials faster. So the Explorer 3 is going to be able to cut 2 times faster than what the Explorer 2 can already do. That was the big thing with Explorer 2, is that they could cut 2 times faster and they had the 2 ports. So now the Explorer 3 will technically be able to cut 4 times faster than the Explorer 1. As well, the Maker is going to be able to cut 2 times faster on specific products, meaning that the Maker 3 can cut 8 inches per second. So basically, they're marketing it as like a more efficient machine. You don't have to worry if you have a larger than matte project or just even like a long wall decal. You don't have to worry about cutting it into pieces or loading multiple mats, as well as the faster cutting on certain images. So let's talk about price. The Maker 3 is going to be $399.99, and the original Maker is now on sale on the Cricut website for $329.99. So there's a $70 difference. I would say if you are buying a machine for the first time or you're buying a new machine or whatever the case is, if you're going out to already buy a machine, I would absolutely go for the newer one. It's only a $70 difference and it does do a lot more. And then the Explorer 3 will be $299.99, making the Explorer 2 now on sale on the Cricut website for $199.99. So that's making it a $100 difference. Again, if it's your first machine and you're wanting to get the best of the best of the best, the Maker 3 would probably be your best bet if you have the money to invest. That's a pretty pricey price tag. The Explorer 3 would probably be your best bet. Still pretty expensive. I mean, the Explorer 2 is still, I love my Explorer 2, and I probably won't be upgrading for a while. I mean, I do absolutely love the idea of not being restricted to size. That's really the only difference I'm finding here. Again, unless the smart materials are going to be exponentially better than the original Cricut materials. But from what it seems like when I'm reading, you can use the smart materials even on the older machines. Same as you can use the older products on the new smart machines, you would just have to use them on a mat. So there's a comparison chart on the Cricut website. I'm gonna pop up right here as well and go over it with you. So just kind of comparing the Explorer Air 2 to the Explorer 3, as well as the Maker, the original Maker, to the Maker 3, just so you can see exactly what the difference is and if it's worth that extra price tag. So max material width for the Air 2 was 12, and with the new one is 13. Same thing with the Maker, it was 12, with the new one it's 13. Max cut length, with the old machines, both the Explorer 2 and the Maker, the max length allowed was 1.9 feet. The new machines can do up to 12 feet. Material compatibility, Explorer Air 2, 100 plus materials. Explorer 3, 100 plus materials. No difference. The Maker, 300 plus materials. Maker 3, 300 plus materials. No difference. Tools and capabilities. Explorer Air 2, 6 tools, cutting, writing, scoring, and foiling. Explorer 3, 6 tools, cutting, writing, scoring, and foiling. The Maker, 13 tools, cutting, writing, scoring, foiling, debossing, engraving, and more. The new machine, 13 tools, cutting, writing, scoring, foiling, debossing, engraving, and more. So no difference there. Compatible with smart materials. Explorer Air 2 is not. Oh, see, this is confusing because I read an article on Cricut saying that you can use the smart materials on the older machines. You just have to put them on a mat. You can't use the matless feature of them. So that's a little confusing. But with the Explorer 3, 13 inches wide up to 75 feet. The Maker, apparently you can't use smart materials. Again, I read different. And 13 inches wide up to 75 feet. Works with home printer to print and cut. All of them do. Free design space app. All of them have it. Connectivity, Bluetooth, USB, all of them have it. So what does this tell us? It tells us that the only difference in these machines is the matless feature. And once again, the Explorer 3 compared to the Maker, it's the same thing as the Explorer 2 compared to the Maker. So this is where my little problem comes up. And it really it's not really that big of a problem. I mean, Cricut could come out with 5 machines that are the same, and it is what it is. People are going to buy whatever they want to buy. I don't understand. I think we could have done away with the Explorer 3. It's really the Explorer 2 with the capability of doing the matless projects. And the Maker 3 is the original Maker with the compatibility to do the matless projects. And of course, just like anything in life, like this is completely up to you. It's kind of like the iPhones, right? Like, are you going to upgrade every time a new phone comes out? Some people do. Some people are completely fine with still rocking an iPhone 5. It is what it is. It's completely up to whether you have the money for it, whether you use all the features, and that kind of stuff. Like even when the Maker came out, I didn't upgrade because I don't cut wood projects. I don't cut fabric projects. Even with the Explorer You can do fabric projects. You just had to do a heat and bond. I have a whole video comparing those machines. But I didn't need to upgrade to the maker, and that was just for my crafting needs. Some people use the wood cutting tool and use it for fabric projects and stuff like that, so the maker is perfect for them. I don't want to see anybody get super stressed out that they have to upgrade to these new machines when you really don't. Like, just seriously think about the projects that you do and see which machine is best for you, plain and simple. Eventually, I probably will upgrade my machine just because of that mat list feature and having the ability to cut a bigger project. But then again, I don't do big projects like that. Usually, anything I do fits on the 12 by 12 or 12 by 24 mat. So we'll see. I would really be interested to check out this new material though, the smart material. I would like to see how it cuts and how it performs compared to the older material. So we'll see how that goes. Now these two machines both will be available for purchase on June 10th. So just in a week. So it looks like the Smart Vinyl 3-foot is going to be $7.99. And the adhesive cardstock will be $13.99. Iron-on 9-foot roll of iron-on would be $50. 3-foot. The 75-foot roll is going to be $100. And then they'll have different sampler packets and stuff. So 3-foot sampler packets for $20. That's not too bad, I guess. And 21-foot transfer tape for $20. They're coming out with longer transfer tape to work with the Smart Vinyl. Or even this 12-foot one for $15. So hopefully the transfer tape is even better too. So let's talk about the other features that was the purpose of this video in the beginning. So before we jump onto the computer so that I can show you these other features, I just wanted to let you know that when I was looking at the list of these new features that were coming out last month, I was kind of proud of us and Cricut. Like, they actually listened to us. So I know at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year, it was announced that they were going to put a limit on the uploads that people that do not have Cricut access were allowed to do. I personally do not pay for Cricut access anymore, only because I don't find a benefit in it for me personally, because I know how to download free fonts. I know how to make my own SVGs and use my own images and stuff like that. If you're interested, I got a whole playlist that explains all of that. But I don't buy online because I don't like Cricut products, right? So I don't find a need or necessity or a benefit, that's the word. I don't find a benefit in paying that $10 a month subscription. I think it's very beneficial for a lot of people, especially if you do order Cricut products a lot. You get that 10% off of your order, as well as all the fonts and all the images that they do supply. I do think it's a great service for people that use it. I personally don't use it, so I don't pay for it. So they did make an announcement that they were going to limit people that do not have Cricut access. They were going to only allow us to upload a maximum of 20 images per month. Meaning, if you are one that designs your own SVG and that kind of stuff, and you have to upload the image, we're going to have a maximum of only being allowed 20 per month. But there was such an uproar about it, and a lot of the users complained about it, that Cricut changed their mind and they said, you know what? Everybody that's already gotten a machine and is signed up with Design Space, we're basically going to be grandfathered in. So anybody moving forward, if they don't purchase Cricut access, then they will have that 20 image limit. But they're basically given us a benefit for being with them for so long and that kind of stuff. We're grandfathered in. There's no limit for us anymore. The point about that tangent was like, they do listen to us. So if you have a problem, reach out to them, create a stir, create a problem, whatever. And if enough people are talking about it, they listen and they fix it. I think that's really great of a company, that they really just want to make their customers happy. That's super cool. Like even on the blog post that they were announcing all these new features, you can see that they completely crossed off the entire thing. So there's 5 other features within Design Space that they've come out with. Some are very subtle. I don't think anybody even noticed them or even uses them. But the 2 main ones are the kerning and offset, which people have been complaining about for years. So finally we got them. So let's hop over to the computer and I'm gonna brush over them real quick. That I'm gonna touch on, 2 of them being mainly things that we have been complaining about and wanting for a long time, and Cricut has finally listened to us. So the first one I'm going to talk about is called kerning. Now before this, and I have to explain that to get these features you have to have version 6.9. The features are not going to work with any of the versions beforehand, so if you have to update or whatnot, you do need version 6.9. So before this update, if you had cursive writing, you had to ungroup, move the letters closer so that they were touching and weld them, right? But not anymore because of the kerning. So you want to make sure that this is checked where it says only kerned fonts. Mind you, if you pay for Cricut Access, all of these would be available. Like I said previously, I don't. So I'm going to go to System, which are all of my fonts and the ones in my computer. So basically ones I don't need to pay for. And we're going to find, you know what, I know one font that I always work with, cursive. So I don't need to move them or anything. Perfect, right? Now looking on this page, you can see if I zoom in here, it looks as if they're just grouped, right? Previously, I told you in other videos, you don't want to see that because the blade would cut those lines. So you would normally weld it. Now weld is available, but you don't need to weld it anymore. And I will show you. Once we go to the Make It page, as you can see, it's all welded. So even though it doesn't show it on the canvas, it is welded and it will cut in one line basically. Now with some fonts you even have special characters, right? So with this one you have this and this, and let's even do the heart. So again, it looks like it is not connected, right? But if you go to Make It, it is all connected. So you don't have to worry about welding at all with this. That's really, really cool. I know there are some fonts, in one of the tutorials I watched, there are some fonts that have like a special first letter or whatnot. Now if you are going to use those, the way you do them is you have to replace the H that you typed because it is a special character, almost like an image that you're inserting. So if that was the case, you would ungroup these, replace the H with the image almost, and then you would have to weld them. But if you're just typing a word like this in cursive, you don't have to weld it, it's automatically connected. And the best thing about this, if you know previously, once you weld something and then like save a project and get out of it and come back, you can't undo it. Whereas this, you can undo whatever you want to do. Okay, on to feature number 2 that I know has been even more highly requested. You could do this before, but you had to do it in another program and then upload it in here and all that mess. So you don't have to do that anymore. And that's basically creating the shadow around letters. In Design Space, it's called Offset. So right up here, you're going to click on it, and you can see that the line is already created. Now you can change the width of it. You can make it super small to the point where it goes inside the letters. Where did it go? Like that. Or you can make it as big as you want, or as big as possible. So let's go back. Let's do that. This, I haven't noticed a difference with it. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave a comment down below if you know what this is for, but I just don't bother with it. And then weld offsets, it's automatically checked, and you're gonna wanna keep it checked. If not, then it's gonna put, see how it makes bubbles around each specific letter. So we don't want that, unless you do, depending on your project, but this we want just the outline around the words, right? So we're gonna go ahead and apply. And now it's in 2 separate layers. So it's gonna cut 2 different colors, of course, and you can change that color by just clicking on that layer and going up to the color box, changing it to whatever you want. Same thing with the font. Now, if you want to work with both at the same time, whether you're resizing them, moving them, whatever, just select both and group it. So you can still move it around and edit it all together, but it will still cut in 2 separate layers, 2 separate colors. You don't want to attach this, because if you attach this, it will change to all one color, because now you're basically telling your machine that you want to cut these letters out of these cloud shapes, right? So that's not what we want. We want it basically to be a layer. So this is how it would cut. It would cut this color like this, and then you would just layer the words on top of it. Super, super cool. Okay, so feature number 3 is pen thickness on canvas. I didn't know this was an issue for people, or people were complaining about this, but I also don't do a lot of work with my markers and with my pens, so hopefully this helps somebody. So in the past, you would make a shape or do your writing or whatever the case is, and it was kind of like a generic line, even though the markers and pens vary in tip size from like 0.3 millimeters to I think 2 millimeters. So that's a significant difference. So this is basically just so that you can see more visually like what they'll look like before doing them. So once it's set to pen or print or writing, the draw tool, you would go up to where you would normally change the color of it and pick your pen. So let's leave this one at 0.4, and we will change the color to pink. And then we'll just change them a little bit up. So we'll do this one 0.8, just so that you can see the difference. So as you can see, like there's a significant difference in the line size from here to here. So obviously, like I said, I don't do a lot of projects with my writing tool, but looking at this difference, I can see how this would be beneficial to people that are doing that, and you want to see the sizing of everything. All right, feature number 4, you can actually copy an image or anything from one mat and paste it to another mat. Again, I don't know when I've ever wanted to do this, but I'm sure people have. So this could be very beneficial for people. So all you do is click on the image or whatever it is that you're wanting to transfer. Use your commands, or even up here, and then you would just go to the other mat or another canvas and use your commands to paste. And there you go. You could probably do it with I'm assuming you can do it with the whole design. Now from here, I'm gonna explain the last feature as well. And this is that you can save, when you save your projects, you can save them to specific collections. So like on Pinterest, you have Pinterest boards and everything like that. So now you can do it on here as well, and it would make it a lot easier to find your projects when you want to refer back to them. So you just save as normal, type the title, and then you can choose a collection you want to save it to. Create a new collection, you can add it to multiple collections, or just the one, whatever. If you want to find it, you just go up to My Projects. And of course it's going to be the first one here because that was the last one I was working on. But I mean, I have 89 projects saved. So if I wanted to refer back to something that I did years ago, instead of scrolling through, and I mean, obviously, as you can see, it doesn't take that long to scroll through that many, but I've also recently deleted a lot of them. So imagine you have hundreds of projects to go through. It's a lot easier to filter it that way. So you would just click on your collection over here, and they're all there in your categories. Like I said, just like a Pinterest board. So you would just click on it. You can go straight to make it, or if you want to customize it, you click on customize, and it opens up the project. I know I do like this feature. All right guys, so that is all what's new with Cricut. The new features, some of them have already been out for a couple weeks, so I'm sure a lot of you already know about them. Some I didn't even know about, and like I said, I just found it out when I was looking up the information about the offset and the kerning. So hopefully this helped you. Hopefully this taught you something. Are you gonna buy a new machine? Are you gonna upgrade your machine? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on it. Which one you're gonna choose. Like I said, if you're going to buy your very first machine and the money allows you to, absolutely I would say go for the Maker 3. It has all the options that are even offered with Cricut. So, and hopefully will be the last machine. Or are you like me and you only do t-shirt iron-on or decal projects? Then the Explorer series are perfect. So if you learned anything, if this video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. Like I said, it is absolutely free for you to do, and it really, really, really does help me. And please subscribe, become part of the squad. I do Cricut tutorials, wedding planning hacks, Disney planning for bigger families, mummy hacks and DIYs, home style type. Basically just a walking lifestyle Pinterest board. So if that's the kind of videos you like, join the squad. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get those numbers up so I can do a giveaway for you guys. Unless Cricut comes out with some other big crazy news, my next Cricut video is a quick tips guide. So I've been compiling all the things I see online, problems that people have, problems that I've come across, and kind of just putting it in like one video so you can refer back to it when those problems arise in your crafting time. So make sure your bell notifications are turned on so that you know when that video comes out. It won't be my next video. My next video is a Disney one, and then a chore chart for teenagers. But that will be my next Cricut video. Thank you for joining in today on this new unscheduled video. As always, guys, do all the stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. No, I'm gonna cut that out. I'll do it at the end. Nope. Okay, and then back to the regular scheduled. Where was I going? No. Oh, no, that doesn't sound right. Ugh.